Today, we're going to be checking out the 2018 Squier Contemporary Series guitars. Now, this is the #1 requested guitar in 2018 on this channel. You guys have sent more emails about checking out this series of guitars than any other guitar. So I reached out to the guys at Fender and they were nice enough to send me one so we could do an in-depth review of it today on this channel. Now, out of the box, I thought the guitar played fantastic. So this guitar has a poplar body with a maple neck. It has high output ceramic pickups mixed with a 12-inch radius fretboard. It's got a slim C-neck and a synthetic bone nut. 2-point tremolo with block saddles, another thing I like a lot. It's on my American Custom Shop. This has a screw-in whammy bar instead of the push-in whammy bar. I'm not a big fan of this style. I like to be able to just push them in and pull them out. It's very easy and convenient, but this isn't a deal breaker for me. Now this guitar is designed to mimic the contemporary guitars that Fender did in the 80s. Kind of like Fender's version of a Charvel. Ironically though, they own Charvel now, but back then they didn't. So this was really their attack at that kind of high super strat market. This is essentially a rock machine. If you're looking for a super strat that is sub the $1,000 price point, this is it. Now notice I didn't say sub the $500 range, and that's because there's not a lot of super strats sub the $500 range. This is a really interesting performance-driven instrument. Although this one doesn't have any coil split abilities, so it's just a 3-way switch and volume and tone, so there's no extra features given with this guitar. You just get 2 humbuckers, so you don't have to deal with the single coil noise, but you don't get any of the benefits of single coils by the way of actually coil splitting them and being able to get your single coils back. Okay, tuning keys are standard kind of Godot copy tuning keys, nothing spectacular there. Now, one thing I will point out with the guitar, playing with it, is I'm able to knock the guitar out of tune pretty easily. So let's give that a shot. Here's the G chord. Now, something to note on that is not a sign of bad tuning keys or a bad bridge. It's the nut, the slots are cut too narrow and they're not smooth enough. Hear this? So you can hear a little creaking and squeaking, and that's because the nut, it's a little tight. They didn't cut it wide enough for the strings, so it's sticking in there. There's 2 options for that. You can use a pencil and just rub the graphite of the pencil into the nut slots, or you can use a lubricant. I use LubriKit by Daddario. It's pretty reasonably priced in the long term of it. In other words, a tube of it's about $13. I'll put a link in the description, but it will last you a year or 2 years easily, if not more. So less than $1 a month, if you think about it that way. All you want to do is loosen the strings just a little bit. And what I like about it is it has a little syringe that allows you to just inject it straight in there. It even comes with some swabs to swab it in. But to be honest with you, for the convenience of it, I kind of just use it without the swabs. The main benefit of them is the fact that you can save a lot of this stuff by just putting a small dab of it in there and then using the swab to work it in. You don't have to use as much of it. I really don't feel like this stuff is very expensive for what you get. There is other stuff. In fact, so you know, if somebody put in the comments one of these videos that the chemical or the makeup of what they're using is readily available and cheaper than what they're selling it at for, and I'm sure that is 100% accurate. However, it's the syringe I'm after. So I would still buy one of these and then you can use the syringe to reapplicate each time. And the reason is this thing is really fast and easy because it just injects it right in there. Let's go ahead and get those last ones. And so what I want to show you immediately is how much improved this guitar is. And I can honestly tell you, out of the box, this guitar came straight from Fender. It played fantastic. Look at that. Here we go. And all you do is now is just use the tremolo to work it in. There you go. And kind of like WD-40 on a door hinge, it goes away. Retune it up one more time, although so far, it didn't need it. Okay, so let's go over some of the sounds. We're going to go to the bridge pickup. Here it is on clean, and one thing I will say that's impressive about the bridge is it's not harsh or over the top. So it works great. It's got a little nasal mid-range tone that all bridge pickups kind of have, and but it sounds great for pick through. Now let's check the bridge pickup with a little bit of gain. So now let's go to the neck pickup. The neck pickup sounds fantastic. It's got a warm kind of... So what's great about the neck pickup is it's got a full humbucker tone, but because it's in the Stratocaster, it still kind of sounds like a Strat. It's got a spanky kind of... So let's hear the neck with some overdrive. Downsides, there's really not a whole lot. You have to kind of lubricate the nut, maybe make an adjustment to the bridge, but other than that, it seems ready to go out of the box. I thought the pickup sounded fine, although I could see where improving the pickups would make a big difference in the guitar, considering everything else has been finished right. But in the $350 range, there's some things that I really think are impressive. I like the unfinished neck. I like the fact that the frets feel a little polished. There's not really any fret sprout. I like the 12-inch radius fretboard. I really like the painted headstock. It really is a big thing for me. Some people won't like it, but that's okay. My guess is if you're looking at this guitar, that's one of the things that kind of appeals to you. Tuning keys wise, they're not that exciting, and it's maybe I would switch to locking keys over time. Bridge, I really like the bridge. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of players that want to upgrade the bridge, but to me, it's fine the way it sits. I found no issues with it whatsoever. Electronics wise, like I said, you can upgrade the pickups. But one nice thing about this guitar is you can actually remove this entire pickup assembly and put a new assembly in, something like that. For the price point, I thought I would see more mistakes than I did. In other words, I think it's fine the way it sits. It's a good guitar. And I'm sure that's why a lot of you are interested in it, because it really stands out as being something unique in the Squier lineup. Something to note about this series as well is that even though it's not available in every color this way, it does have the ability to have HSS. So you can have a humbucker single model, and there's even an active model with a Floyd Rose, something that if you really want to go into that kind of more aggressive territory, that's there for you as well. So there you have it, the Squier Contemporary Series HH guitar, as per your guys' request. I'm really glad you guys mentioned this guitar to me. As always, I want to thank you guys for spending some time with me today, and until next time, know your gear.